Hugo?
Yes?
You just nodded off.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, not at all. It just seems a pity to waste the fresh air.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks. Yes, it's good to get out of the office.
Mm. You know, it's been 3 days.
3 days? Oh, good heavens, is it really? Oh.
You all right, Harmsworth?
Beg pardon, sir?
I was wondering if you were all right.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good. We'll have you to hospital as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you much. I must say, I can't help feeling a little responsible.
Why?
Well, it's just that when you say, oh, look, here comes a wild boar, you don't expect a chap from Lloyd's to believe you.
An open fire, no.
No. Mind you, Harmsworth was grunting rather a lot.
The fellow obviously has no sense of humour.
Harmsworth?
No, chap from Lloyd's. Harmsworth, no problem there. Do you, Harmsworth?
Beg pardon, sir?
I was saying you have a wonderful sense of humour.
Well, I do like a bit of fun. That's amazing, isn't it? But when I catch things about to do shock me...
Hugo, there you are.
Oh, Veronica.
I was looking for Harmsworth.
Oh, he seems comfortable. We think it'll be just a few stitches.
I gathered you commandeered the Range Rover to take him to the hospital.
We thought he wouldn't mind stopping for coffee first.
No, I'm sure. Why actually was he shot?
Well, actually in the left...
left eye.
Thigh.
No, what part of the shoot? It wasn't the Northwood, was it?
I think it was.
Damn, we're already one down there. I better have a word with him. Harmsworth!
Oh.
It's Lady Borton, Harmsworth. How do you feel?
Oh, not too bad, thank you, Mum.
Good. Look, I was wondering, we're a couple of beaters down in the North Wood. You couldn't possibly help us out, could you? I've got some aspirin.
It's quite a nasty little wound, Veronica.
But it is only one leg, isn't it? I wondered...
You'd never keep up.
Oh, we'll just have to manage. Shall we see you at lunch?
Unfortunately not.
We have a meeting. Work.
Oh. So it's true.
3 days now.
Yes, we're finding it enormously satisfying. Aren't we, Jack? It's the discipline, I think.
Maybe about lunch. Cook's done you one of her game pies. Never mind, we're meeting this evening, aren't we?
For the asparagus run, oh, yes.
We'll see you then.
Right, Veronica.
All right, bye. Pity about the game pie.
He was rather keen on this meeting, actually.
I bet she does, jam roly-poly afterwards.
And we did promise.
Oh, absolutely.
Mind you, poor Harmsworth has held us up, rather. By the time we got there, we'd be half over.
Oh, we'll have to eat at some point.
Harmsworth? Would you mind awfully if we dropped you off at the bus stop?
Well, we've given them over an hour.
Have we really? Splendid, Thompson. Thank you.
Why are we meeting down here, instead of in your office at the bank?
Jack says it's the one place we can get a bit of peace and quiet.
Does he?
Well, how's it going then? How's our young troubleshooter enjoying his new job?
I'll be honest with you, Geoffrey. I'm not sure this one's for me. I know the business looked good on paper, and it markets a basically sound product.
It certainly does. You know, a bottle of this stuff would cost you between, 40 and 50 pounds in the high street.
I suppose I just hadn't bargained on my two fellow board members.
You haven't quarrelled, have you?
I haven't seen enough of them to quarrel. They're just never here, Geoffrey. I mean, take yesterday. They didn't even appear in the morning. A wedding at Westminster Abbey, would you believe? That was followed by the Nurse of the Year awards. And when they finally got here, it was 5:30. So they picked up the car and drove off to Lady Somebody or Other's annual champagne clambake.
Well, I have some sympathy with them on that one, Alan. It is an exceptional party.
It always is. Well, you went too.
Not this year, no. Jack and Hugo offered to get me in. They've got a false bottom for the Land Rover. But you can never be 100% certain they'll remember to let you out. I remember 2 Lufthansa air hostesses were stuck in there till the 50,000-mile service.
Well, exactly. How am I supposed to cope with people like that?
You have to understand that Jack and Hugo had never properly established that there's any real relationship between the wine business and work. It's a concept they have the greatest difficulty in grasping.
No, I'm just wasting my time here.
Alan, spend 2 years here, and you're guaranteed the sort of capital it would take you 10 years to earn anywhere else. And some real practical experience to go with your degrees and bits of paper. I know it's not easy, but I think we have to just stick it out.
Well, I suppose you're right. Would you like to start with my cash flow predictions for the next quarter?
Ah, yes. Good idea. Cash flow predictions. Yes.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, dear. I thought we'd covered everything.
What happens exactly if you drive it without tax or insurance?
I think they put you in prison. We're all going to be drunk as well, don't forget.
Could get one of the others to drive it.
Yeah.
Just a joke. Of course we couldn't.
Except as a last resort.
Absolutely. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No. That's Griselda. She's using us to get changed. She's a bit down, poor girl.
That fiancé of hers isn't still insisting on virginity, is he?
No. No, it's a job interview. It's, oh, she did tell me. What was that job again, Grizzle?
Social worker.
Bit of a change from Chalet Girl.
Yeah. I've got this awful feeling I've done it again.
Oh, dear.
Well, I thought social workers organised hunt balls and things. But Jenny Highcliffe said it's more alcoholics than broken homes.
Not a lot of difference, I wouldn't have thought.
I mean, I really don't know why I bothered going to these interviews. There's always millions of other girls who've got O-levels and can type.
Have a drink.
You know, what you want, Grizzle, is a jolly good night out. Have you ever been on the asparagus run?
Oh, I'm not awfully keen on running.
No. It's a race to deliver the first asparagus of the season to the Queen Mother.
It starts in the food hall at Harrods.
Yeah, that's where you get asparagus.
And then everybody races off to the polo ground in Richmond Park, leaps into their hot air balloon, and heads off for Glum's Castle.
You're both going up in a balloon.
No, not anymore. No, we're just going along with a little party and a few bottles to lend some moral support.
I see. Does she like it?
Who?
The Queen Mother.
Like the asparagus?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anyone's asked her.
Well, she doesn't normally get it, of course. You see, with the prevailing winds, most of it winds up in Belgium. Little gesture of loyalty, really.
Yeah, I think Giles Crocker got a thank you letter once, so maybe she does.
Anyway, would you care to come along this evening?
Could I really?
We'll pick you up about 5,
You're always doing this, aren't you?
What?
Well, I barge in with all my problems in the middle of a busy working day, and you drop everything to deal with them. You've got a real knack of making people around you feel...
Marvellous. Ah, you're back.
Alan!
What happened to our meeting?
Didn't you hear about the accident?
No.
One of the beaters, shot in the left thigh.
Ghastly business. We had to take the poor fellow to hospital, and you know how long that sort of thing takes. Hope he managed all right without us.
I'm very sorry about your beater, but we do have to meet today. Can I suggest sometime after 5?
Well, it's an idea. I'm so sorry. Alan, this is Griselda, my goddaughter.
Yes, Alan's the White Knight has come to save the business. He's taking over from Heath.
How do you do?
Hello.
I'm afraid I'm just leaving.
Right.
Look, don't work them too hard, will you? They've had a long morning. And they've got a very busy evening ahead.
Oh, have they? Yes, I had a feeling they might.
I'll see you both about 5.
Yeah, bye.
She's awfully attractive when she's sober.
Isn't she?
Look, if we can't meet this evening, it will have to be this afternoon. There are several things we must sort out.
Yes, that reminds me, Alan. It's just the tiniest thing that I've noticed. It's about the three-tonner, you know, the flagship of the company's delivery fleet.
Yes.
It's not taxed or insured.
Isn't it? Okay, I'll see to it.
Oh, how kind.
Well, I expect it's rather a complicated business.
I'm sorry.
Well, I think Hugo's concerned that if someone wanted to make a special delivery, say, later today, there might be a problem with the police.
Oh, I see. No, I'll just get a cover note and a new disc.
Oh, well, that seems very reasonable. Have we got time for a drink?
Well, one of the main things I wanted to talk about was my office. Mm-hmm. You see, apart from being directly over the boiler room, it really is rather small.
You'll have one, won't you, Hugo?
Anyway, I think I've found an alternative. There's a good large room at the end of the corridor.
The billiards room.
Well, that's the one. There's nothing in it except a billiards table.
Yeah, I'm awfully sorry, Alan, but we do tend to keep that room for meetings.
For meetings?
Yeah. Come in.
Excuse me, Master Jack, but I've shown the two French gentlemen into the billiards room.
Thank you, Mrs. Monaghan. That'll be the Epernay Champagne Cooperative.
We do meet one or other of the wine growers there on a Thursday.
But what about our meeting this afternoon?
It is rather important.
Yeah, we ought to be through by about, 4:30. Let's try and give it 10 minutes then, shall we? And we can take a look at this office of yours. Will that be all right?
Well, I suppose it'll have to be.
Jolly good. Do you know, Hugo, if we beat these two frogs this afternoon, we stand a very good chance of getting into the semi-finals.
Another thing about this particular room, apart from the heat from the boiler, is the smell. However, we'll stick to the agenda. Item 1.
Oh, that'll be the glue.
I'm sorry?
The smell.
When the firm got lorries instead of horses, Heap hadn't turned into glue.
Never meant to waste anything, Heap.
I think you'll find that's where the trouble is.
Yes, thank you. Item 1, then. Item 1 is stock taking.
Yes, I wonder if we could possibly make item 1 the lorry. See, because I'm afraid we won't be able to stay here for the whole meeting.
The lorry, no, that's all taken care of.
Good.
Yes, I also got this note about giving it a bit of polish. I'm sorry, that's really not my department.
Oh, no, not to worry.
No, it was only if you had the time.
Item 1, then. Now, I'm sure you're both aware of the importance of stock taking.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to have to rely heavily on your expertise. You see, I must emphasize that it's impossible to plan anything. It's impossible to plan anything until we have a clear knowledge of precisely where we stand. Thank you, Mrs. Monaghan. Yes. So I'll need you both, yes, to tell me what wine is worth what, whether it's ready to sell yet, that sort of thing. I thought we'd start on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yes. It shouldn't take more than a couple of days.
This coming Tuesday.
Yes? Yes.
I'll make a note of it.
Good. Item 2, projected cash flow. I'd better give you a copy of the figures I showed Geoffrey Rawlins this morning at the meeting you weren't able to attend. Won't be a moment. I wonder, would you like to have a look at these figures before we discuss item 3? Sure.
I don't think he knows.
No.
You could get him invited as well.
To the Scottish season.
Yes.
The whole fortnight. Do you think he'd enjoy it?
He could watch the games.
The Perth Hunt Ball?
You're probably right.
I think it'll be easier all round if we just ring in on Tuesday.
With a dose of the trots.
Yeah.
What do you think, then? Now, I only want the major clients, those who take more than 300 or 400 cases a year. Then details of when you last contacted them, who made the contact, and possibly your comments on how far we might be able to push them. I think it's all quite straightforward.
Right.
And could you let me have it well by the weekend would be useful.
Yes, I'm awfully sorry, Alan, but I think we have to go now.
No, I would just like to cover the next 2 items.
I know, but there you are.
Well,
thank you so much for giving us your time.
It's all been most interesting.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bright and early.
Oh, and thank you very much for the tea.
No, you've forgotten your,
Most unsuitable shape for a hot air balloon.
Changing times. Years ago, it took all one's courage to buy a pack at the local barber's, let alone take one down Oxford
I suppose it was a sort of advertisement.
Well, I thought it all rather backfired anyway, I thought.
Street. Oh, you mean the puncture? Hardly the message the sponsors had in mind.
One awful moment. All it was going to come down over the post office tower. I'll go see if they need a hand. How's it going, Grizzle?
Oh, it's a super evening, Hugo.
Oh, good. I'm glad you could come. Isn't there any more food, is there?
I'll ask. Lottie, is the primer still going? Oh, yes. I'm afraid it'll probably only be an omelette.
Oh, fine, fine.
Bloody good evening, Hugo. Any chance of going up for a nightcap?
Well, I'd love to, as you know, Veronica, but I'm afraid Hugo was most insistent we got an early night tonight. All this business of having to go to work every day. Well, perhaps just
Passing to Ribble Dibble #1 with no spots.
Ribble Dibble #1 with no spots, passing to Ribble Dibble #4 with 3 spots.
Ribble Dibble #4 with 3 spots, passing to Ribble Dibble #9 with 47 spots.
I wouldn't have thought a file of facts is your bag at all.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
That's another spot, I'm afraid, Lady Borton.
Do I have to take something off?
Oh, Veronica, no, that was the last game. We're playing Ribble Dibble now.
Oh, yes. Right. Ribble Bibble #59 with 47 spots.
48 spots. You've got 49 now.
49 spots passing to...
How did it go?
What?
The job this afternoon.
Oh, I didn't get it. Apparently, you're automatically disqualified with a prison record.
I thought you only got a suspended sentence.
Well, I know. It didn't make any difference. I was awfully cross, really.
You're really quite serious about wanting to work, aren't you?
I suppose I am. You know I had a job before Christmas.
Really?
Well, I didn't tell Daddy, of course. He thought I was going skiing.
Very wise.
I was a relief postman.
Gosh.
Well, there was just something about it. I mean, meeting people. Making sure you put the letters through the right door. Well, being responsible for your own bicycle. You know, making some contribution.
You want to be a postman?
Well, sometimes I don't know what I want.
We're just picking teams for a game of Hunt the Ferry.
I'll get the cushion.
Really? Oh, all right. Well, I think I'll just be a rabbit.
There we go.
believe it. I'm going home now.
Alan, come in and meet everyone.
Well, I was going to leave some things for you to sign.
Oh, things to sign. Oh, goody, goody.
Well, no, I think the morning will do.
Haven't you time to stay for a quick drink?
No, really. I'm really rather tired. It's been a long and somewhat frustrating day. Good night.
Look, have we started yet?
Do you think you'll like it? Oh. Alan?
Oh, the new office, yes. I think you'll be pleased.
I must say, I can't see what it's got against this place.
Status. These people get very worried sometimes if they think they've got a smaller office than someone else.
Ah, yeah.
Still asleep?
Oh, yes. I think carrying the table down took a lot out of him.
Well, I'm not surprised. It looks quite heavy to me.
Yes, I thought he was going to get into a bit of trouble on the stairwell.
What, when Lady Borton dropped her end?
Straight down the entire flight, and still he didn't let go.
Well, let's call him a taxi after the game.
Yes. And while he's waiting, perhaps he can put the piano back on the lorry.
Right. What time is it?
5:30.
Ah. Well, how do you feel about staying here till he gets in?
Who, Alan?
Yes. I thought it might be quite nice to see the look on his face when he finds his new office.
Ah.
And if, when he comes to say thank you, he finds us both busy signing those papers he left us.
Yes.
That might be the right moment to tell him
That we won't be here.
For that fortnight.
Of the Scottish season.
Yeah.